Let's just give it some.
I'll call it to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda. Item number 2. Need a motion to approve the waiver notice for special meetings. JC, have a second? Christie, all in favor? 7-0. Approval of meeting agenda for special board meeting for this morning.
So moved.
Have a second? Second. Mark and Isaac, all in favor? 7-0. Item number 4, paper calendar. So probably did not get an email about this. I got hit up a couple times, but then got hit up again yesterday at church. So Kathy McVeigh came and talked to me, who owns Lakin Independent. They were out delivering Lakin's calendars and had several people ask about ours. And why we didn't have one. It's been an ongoing thing in the office. Okay. So she's gonna call Tyson this morning too. She thinks she has a sponsor that will pay for it. Other than all the complaints. Why did we not? But I know as soon as it's printed, it's wrong.
Because of the convenience, yeah. A week after it's printed, it's wrong. And then the people that are probably complaining to you all are the ones who are up here calling and griping about it being wrong, pissed off, because then they don't check social media when it gets changed. And so to eliminate, most schools are going away from it. The transition's always hard. When they go away from the paper calendar, the first year is always everybody's griping and complaining, but then they learn that it's online, it updates live. It's really easy for us. It doesn't take a lot of time for us to share the Google Calendar and everybody add everything to the Google Calendar, and then it syncs right up to the district calendar and it's right there live. People can go on and print it off a month at a time if they want to have a paper copy to hang on their fridge or whatever. So, but if there's a sponsor out there, we also didn't want to go chase down a bunch of sponsors trying to get them to pay for it. And so if there's a sponsor out there and you guys want to do it, we'll do it. But I'm not going to listen to people complain and gripe when it's wrong and after it's printed, a week after it's printed. And so, because in small school settings now, what people have to understand is that it's not always us. It might be Weskin who's on the schedule to play us, and they've got 5 kids gone, and they only got 4 kids left to play, and so they can't play. So the game either has to be canceled or moved. And so when that person shows up here and the game's not being played and they're mad, that's on them because.
Well, it's already happened. First end of the year, Moscow pulled out.
Yeah,
Jamboree.
yeah. Moscow's not coming next week for the jamboree, for the football jamboree on Saturday. So.
I just wanna make sure that we still get things on there at the beginning and not be changing things a lot at the last minute, cause I know we've been famous for that in the past years. That, because we are a small school, I think it's not that big of a deal to just change things at random sometimes, and then that doesn't, I don't think that's.
I don't know that we
gonna
change
happen.
anything at random. That last year we
No,
didn't change
yeah.
anything at random. It's just that it happens. I'm not saying it hasn't happened in the past,
Right,
but.
maybe not at random.
We
but-
might have a game on Thursday and the team will call on Tuesday.
Yeah,
And
I'm
so-
not talking about games as much as I am, cause I know that's out of your control. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like just school plays or concerts or things like that.
So which when she talked to me yesterday, I told her, it's quite honestly the same ones that are complaining about the calendar are the few that will read the newspaper as well. Because they don't like going online for stuff. And I think having Juan in the position he's in would be helpful. I mean, if we could just have an email say if there's gonna be change. There on Monday, so she can get it in the paper for that week. I think that could alleviate a lot. And I know that's been an issue in the past with former ADs.
I think,
Cause I wasn't getting
The only thing I will say,
that we had games moved. Or
Uh,
ambulance even.
the longer you wait to do away with the paper calendar, no matter when you do away with it, you're gonna deal with the same thing. And it's only gonna take you, like, it'll be a year. And then everybody will be okay. Because you got a sponsor this year, may not have a sponsor next year, and we'll go through
Well, then
this.
we don't do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that would
you're,
be that's an easy answer to me.
so you're just
I
gonna
don't have a
prolong
great
the
answer when
thing.
she asks, if I got somebody that'll pay for it, why can't we do it?
Yeah.
I don't have a good answer for that.
Well,
Other than like what he said, it's wrong.
Oh, and I
the
told her
minute it goes out.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, in real-time updates this way, and if she wants it, they can print it off. I mean, that would be my encouragement to them, but,
Well, and she tried printing off, cause they're still doing the little pocket ones that the bank has done forever. I guess I never knew how that was done either. Apparently the bank, the sounds of it, have just went together and did them. Ours would not, and I went on and tried too. Like you could print off August and September, but you couldn't print off the entire year. It stopped at like October 10th or something. You go in and look at it, but you can't print it.
yeah, it's probably just not set to complete yet. When you use electronic calendars.
but yeah, if she wants to call me and she has a sponsor, then I'll put it together, whatever she needs.
Well, she has.
We can do it.
I
She
mean,
hasn't talked to me. I mean, that's the thing is that as far as I knew until you texted me yesterday that we had no sponsors. And so, and we weren't gonna waste our time going out and chasing sponsors for it.
No. And she just asked the church yesterday if there was some dead set reason as to why, or if I was opposed to her calling. I said no. But we actually had a meeting this morning. I'm gonna try to remember to bring it up. Okay, so I'm 100% in agreement. If it's gonna cost us money, then no. That's an easy so. And being the spawn and one of them that complains about not having one and then about it being wrong. I can easily I can't easily alleviate that, but I can tell him. It's just the way it is. Okay, so I think she's planning on calling this morning sometime to try to get hold of him. And I also talked to her too about the minutes. She'll hold a spot for it if you want it.
Yeah, I sent her an email this weekend.
Okay. All right, number 5, consideration to run an invitation to bid on buses. So, everybody got the email on those too? How long will they hold those?
I mean, I emailed Alan over the weekend and just told him that we were meeting and that that it looked like it was probably gonna have to be a bid process, and so, that it would take 2 weeks, and had to run for 2 weeks in the bid process, and he didn't indicate that they would not hold them for that time, so. But
You know what it costs to wrap those?
I haven't checked into that. I did send Mr. Neary an email and just asked him like what it would cost.
Like $2,500 just in product for my drain,
So
just for line,
I didn't know if,
10 or 15 grand.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
yeah. If we wanted to wrap the whole thing, I mean, we don't have to, I guess we necessarily wouldn't have to wrap them. If you didn't want to, we could just put logos and stuff on there and we wouldn't have to wrap the entire thing, but they look cool. being
I'd
wrapped.
wrap the whole thing, really.
Yeah, wrapped completely.
Awesome.
So
Wrapped for a while.
Holcomb's bus is wrapped completely. I think Gardens aren't. That's kind of your, if you've seen Gardens, they're not wrapped, they just have the brown down the side. Garden City, Holcomb's completely wrapped. So, he hasn't got back to me on what, even if it wasn't him, I figured he could give us an idea of kind of what it might cost.
I did talk to, Barrett Compass a little bit at the college, so the college had a couple of those. He said on the surface, it sounded like a pretty good deal.
I think it's a good plan.
They just bought.
Like I said, most of the time we won't need both of them. But when we do, we'll have them. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
And looking at the calendar, I mean, it's not gonna happen all the time, but we won't have them by that point, but I saw in the calendar coming up, there's the middle school's going to play somewhere and the high school's going to play somewhere, and so on those days, then both of them could go, one of them could go one way and the other one could go the other way, versus taking a yellow bus or something like that, so. And if we're gonna overflow on one, like, if we've got, it holds 35, and if we've got 40 people going, obviously that's a van. We're not pulling another bus out or whatever, but we'll overflow into a van, one of the vans first, and then, but track season is the time that I see, like, both of them being used a lot at the same time. And then maybe on our super nights, which I wish we would get away from, but our league has not wanting to, but where the middle school and the high school plays on the same night and stuff, so. And my concern on those is just that as we're growing in the middle school, when they do that, they don't wanna play B games in the middle school. And when we have enough kids to play B games and they don't wanna play, then that hurts us because it's hard to get everybody in and stuff and everything. It's the reason I wanna go away from super nights, cause I don't wanna use the excuse, well, we'll be here all night if we play a B game and an A game in middle school and everything. So that's what we're here for, so. But that's one reason I'm going to the league meeting Wednesday night, so.
So can we run those, I'm gonna run the bid for 2 weeks. How do we get the wording for that?
I attached it,
Stuff
do what?
with specs and stuff.
I put some of them, the one I attached on your agenda is, if it needs to be completed, I could reach out to Alan and get more specs as well. And present mine.
You wanna put a year in there?
Yeah, we can.
2016.
Yeah. Craig at KSD said that could be one of the specifications in the bid is quick delivery of buses. And so they'll have to specify how quick they can get the buses here once it's been closed on. And like Alan talked to Gilbert and I about, the sale is not final up until upon delivery and final inspection. And so if they bring the buses out here and we say, no, that's not what they were presented to us as, then they turn around and take them back and the sale's not final. So that would save us a trip, about a 9-10 hour trip one way of going out there.
I'd also hear, I mean, it just says specs of. Can we just word it as we're seeking one or two,
Okay.
so we can accept one or the other? Or both? And will they do anything on trade?
We haven't talked to them about
Correct.
trades. We can ask them, I can ask them about the, if they do anything.
It may not be worth a lot as a bus, but still pretty good shape for.
Yeah, like I said, we, at the last,
Parts, if nothing else.
yeah, they were going between 5,000 to 10,000, but the higher end ones of our bus were, the air conditioner were on there, so I would be shocked if we got 10,000 for it, but never know.
They can buy it for 10,000, pull the seats out and sell them as replacement seats for 25,000 probably.
Yeah,
Piece.
I'll ask Alan if they do anything on trades.
And a lot of places like that, you get decent money for a trade.
Yeah.
No, pull up, they're gonna drive it off a cliff. Okay,
Are you good with the miles up there? I didn't know, that's what I went with 100,000 or less, so.
yeah. That's where it gets tough when you're in used stuff. Just
How much do
measuring
the
apples
ones
to
that
apples.
you're looking at?
One of them has 40 and one of them has 70. So they're both, they can't tell us what community college, they don't tell them for reasons, what community colleges, but both of those buses just came off of lease programs from community colleges. One of them actually still has the wrap on it from the community college that they'll take off, obviously, before delivering it and stuff, so. They're, I'm guessing on like a 5-year lease or something with the community college, so. They either didn't travel a lot or, like Jared was talking, we did have a year last year where essentially no sports were played or anything like that, so they probably just set.
Well, those are, like when I was at the college, when your football team, big buses, I mean, those are like volleyball primarily. Smaller teams. So they get used here as much. Okay, so we're just running the paper.
Yeah, we'll run it.
Okay.
If that's how you guys want to do it.
So, we have to do it. I thought there was a way around it if we were buying used, but getting on and reading the reg, it's over 20,000. Unless they have a procurement contract through the state, which I looked at the state list and I didn't find them on there either, so I'm assuming they probably don't. So we need to run it, and our policy is for 2 weeks.
Do you need a motion then? I will make the motion to approve running the invitation to bid on two activity passes.
motion on the table. Second. Keith seconds. Any more discussion? All in favor? 7-0.